This is Roxy B. Rocker. I'm the owner of Embracing Disability and Embracing Wellness. I do a wellness at West Concord, and I do my media work very globally. So, I'm going to talk about pain management. I'm kind of blending a little bit of things. I'm going to talk a little bit about pain management and adaptability. So, every day, I don't know what my body is going to do. I had a car accident where I had a head injury. Um, and um facial injuries as well. And I can tell you right now that because of that car accident, the pain can move from my head to the back of my head to all over my face, my jawline, my gums. I think I broke my jaw. I don't think it ever got addressed. I already had a buxom and jaw issues, but I 95% believe that my jaw was broken. And I don't even know if it ever healed properly. So my face a lot of times have pain. Um, and the last few days, my face has been very painful and my jawline's been very painful and the side has really hurt. Um, so, you have to adapt because what else are you going to do? Um, if you don't adapt, you won't be able to function or do more things. You'll continue down this cycle of not being able to really kind of know how to move through things, right? So I use some of my self care and some of my somatic work, especially now, to really help me move through these things and understand what needs to happen when I'm feeling some discomfort. Sometimes it's harder than others, and I have something called the biomat that I'll sleep on or sit on to help function with the pain. But I think that when we are people with disabilities, not saying for everyone, but when we're people with disabilities, we have to learn how to adapt. We have to learn adaptation, function, because we're not going to always get certain things. We're not going to always be able to have access to what sometimes other people get. So sometimes I have to make up my own stuff because, there are resources and there are challenges. And the challenges are that things are not always readily available. And things are not always accessible. Um, I would prefer to live in a world where there's less stairs because that would keep me in more discomfort. I would definitely appreciate that I live in a world where, you know, I had a way in my car to adjust the car so then the back pain and other ways. I wish that there was ways that you could call car companies and say, I need this, this, and this. And those accessible things are paid for by insurance. Because when I'm in the car and I'm driving in the car, I would love to have a heat warmer for my back and my bum. It would help me so much, but I can't call insurance or a car company and ask for those things. I might be able to fight and have a long discussion somewhere to find out how I can get those things. And, but again, it's not accessible. So, I need certain things for my car. I need certain things for the way that I view outside my windshield. We don't think about all of that, right? So a lot of times it's thought about in something called a world of universal design. And universal design is where you made the world and the environment accessible for everyone. And I think that when we think about these things and we think about the world that we live in. So imagine if you had pain, you were in a wheelchair, or you have other kinds of difficulties in your life. Imagine, imagine what that would be. And imagine how long it might take for you to figure out what is needed. Look, I've been doing this for a long, long time. So if I knew what was needed, I knew how to do the research, I knew how to have the conversation. And because I've been doing this for a long while, and I've been definitely, realizing that these things are happening, these things do happen. And then we have to take steps in action and do due diligence, but it's a long time. So if you ever need help, you can contact Embracing Disability. And hopefully, if you can't afford to make a payment exchange, because I have a business, I would hope that you would donate. And you know why I need donation? Another adaptability. I'm in a very small treatment room that I can't move around in very well. It doesn't accommodate me very well. And I need more space so I could be more comfortable. I could work on my clients in more of a way of comfortability. And I also need room for my inventory and the bags that I own and some of the beautiful pieces that I have. I would love to have them in a store. I'd love to make more things for people around adaptability because everything is in this world that doesn't fit us. So, my clothing slogan is the world that doesn't fit us. And embracing disability is a hug knows no disability. See, I understand it from the perspective of growing up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But nowadays, there's a lot of new language. I have to learn the new terminology that just came out, I want to say 24 hours ago, on the polycystic ovarian syndrome, which wasn't that. And so, with a new terminology, I wonder if I can get better help because I've had that since I found out I was 28, 29 years old. And I don't even know what the new terminology is, but that's really exciting. On May 27th, I'm going to be doing an inclusivity talk on around adaptability around healthcare and all of the problems that I went around healthcare. That's a whole other journey on all of those problems that happened. And I went around on healthcare. And know, I literally know that we have to learn adaptation. And that doesn't mean just for the person with a disability. We have to understand that out there in societal norms, that this adaptability needs to happen on both ends. It's going to be really interesting. And what I'm excited about is that when I go to when I go to um, National Council on Independent Living, sometimes with my brain injury, I have to adapt. And I have it, but I have to take a minute because I have to remind myself that that from my brain has to come out of my mouth. Crazy, right? But this is all adaptability. Every aspect of it is me being adaptable. All of it is me learning how to adapt. Somebody's being mean, I'm getting frustrated with my partner. I have to learn how to adapt. He's probably not doing anything wrong. I have to learn how to adapt. But sometimes he has to learn how to adapt with me. But we've learned that together because, you know, we understand where each other come from, and we understand how each other are are interacting. So, within all of this, people with disabilities know adaptability. People with disabilities understand adaptability. People with disabilities really know how to do that and really understand how to do that. But if you don't know how to do that, if you don't know your adaptability or have an adaptability plan, please reach out. Roxy at embracing-disability.com. And we'll figure out your adaptability plan. Again, if you don't have enough money to give and in money exchange for the cost of what that plan might cost, there is a donate button. And again, I'm trying to have a studio, a treatment center, and a place to sell my wares. I have these beautiful bags. I'll be doing a live on them soon. Beautiful bags. And not enough people know about them. And I would love for people to be able to come to the Embracing Universe and have a shared space for both of the companies where we can do some things. Um, I just planned a cool party um, for July, and it will be a combo of disability pride and ADA. I did a cool party last year, but it was in with my 10-year anniversary of my getting my massage license, and that was an exciting thing to celebrate. This year, I always want to do the disability pride party. This year, I want to do something pretty remarkable and have I think we'll do dinner. Um, and I'm going to go and call many of the places at Patriot Place and see what kinds of resources and support that we can do. And I'm hoping that there might be some cool prizes and some really cool stuff. Because I think I'll do a live auction there. And we're gonna have like an adaptability party. And I'm hoping that people with disabilities will also be there. That's gonna be my goal. And we're going to have a lovely evening of networking and connecting and learning. So, it's going to be a disability evening. It's going to be an evening of adaptability and ability. And that will be really awesome. Again, my name is Roxy B. Rocker, and I talk about disability education. And I also talk a lot about my self care. And I think they go hand in hand because, again, it goes back to adaptability and it goes back to the adaptability plan. And, these things are important and we need to realize the importance of them. And we need to realize that this is going to be something that could really be of value and of service for others. And you know, I hope if you are living with a chronic illness or you are living with disability, that you know how to do some adaptations. And if you struggle with that, I really hope that you could reach out. It's not easy, but there are smaller bites that we can do that we can help this happen. Right. So I'm really, truly feeling like what a great, supportive, and wonderful way that we're spending Wednesday morning. I was about to say Monday morning, Wednesday morning, talking about adaptability and talking about adaptability plans and how we can take care of ourselves. And I really think that that is an important piece of of this journey. So I'm looking very forward to sharing with you again on whatever the next topic is going to be. I might try to see if I can schedule some topics so you're knowing them ahead of time and you can come and join me. I'm going to start doing restreams at least in the mornings or the evenings. And I want you to come and join me for my podcast. I'm hoping to have some guests and I'll think about the topics that we need to go over. And I'm looking forward to what we're going to need to talk about. And yeah, I'll create some content so you know what's upcoming and you can make a plan to come and visit me. I really would love to have you join me. And I am excited that this is now an adaptability option. And I'm learning how to make it work. And yesterday I didn't know how to make it work. And it's an option. So I will talk with you soon. And I hope that you're having an amazing day. And I wish you the happiest